Hi, this is Rajkumar. Today we are going to discuss about this particular topic, structure and bonding in transition metal carbonyl complexes. Let us come to the first section, bonding in transition metal carbonyls and synergic effect. First we consider the molecular orbital diagram of carbon monoxide. If we look at this diagram carefully, we can see there is a filled non-bonding orbital with a slight anti-bonding character and a vacant low-lying anti-bonding or pi star orbital. Let us see the salient features of carbonyl ligands. It has one filled non-bonding and vacant anti-bonding orbital. This anti-bonding orbital is having quite similar shape and symmetry like d orbitals, as you see here. Now, these orbitals can undergo favorable overlap. Now, let us come to the bonding in carbonyls. Carbonyl donates its non-bonding electrons to the metal orbitals via sigma donation, whereas metal gives back its non-bonding electron to the vacant pi star orbital, which is known as pi acceptance or back bonding. Now we can see here this carbonyl donates its non-bonding pair electrons to the metal orbital, whereas metal in return gives back its non-bonding electrons to the carbonyl ligands. Now combination of these two effects are known as synergic effect. It enhances the strength of the metal ligand bond. Now let us move further. It withdraws electron density from the metal via pi bonding. That's why carbon monoxide is called as pi acceptor or pi acid ligand. It stabilizes metals with low oxidation state. Each carbonyl ligand utilizes two metal orbitals. The overlap happens to be the best if the geometry of the complex is exactly linear. Let us come to the next section, effect of back bonding or pi acceptance. Effect of pi acceptance. It involves donation of electrons to the pi star orbital. As a result, carbonyl bond order decreases. So carbon oxygen bond becomes weaker and the bond length elongates. Carbonyl stretching frequency decreases. Now, what happens in case of metal carbon bond? The double bond character increases. As a result, metal carbon bond becomes stronger and shorter in length. Let us see this example. If we look at this anionic complex, it has a shorter vanadium carbon bond distance because this anionic complex contains a negative charge that enhances the extent of back donation in the anionic complex. As a result, the vanadium carbon bond becomes stronger in the anionic complex and shorter in length. Now, let us see the factors that controls the carbonyl stretching frequencies. Now come to the factors. Binding mode of carbonyl ligands, charge on the metal ion, nature of co-ligand. These are the three main factors to determine the carbonyl stretching frequency. Let's come to the first one. If we check this particular trend carefully, we can see compared to the free ligand, as we increase the number of metal ions, the frequency decreases. This is because in this terminal mode, the back donation occurs from one particular metal that reduces the bond order. Now, whenever we move to the bridging modes, the back donation occurs from two or more number of metal ions that reduces the bond order even further. Now, why this particular complex shows higher vibrational frequencies? Because here this boron has no non-bonding electrons, so the back donation is not possible. Instead, it only withdraws the electron density from the carbon monoxide. Now, as the carbon monoxide non-bonding orbital is having a slight anti-bonding character. So, due to withdrawal of electron density from that non-bonding orbital enhances the bond order. As a result, this particular boron complex shows higher vibrational frequency compared to the free ligand. Now come to the next factor, charge on the metal ion. Increasing the negative charge density makes the metal more electron rich. That enhances the extent of pi acceptance. As a result, carbonyl stretching frequency decreases. Now, if we increase the positive charge density, then the metal will become more electron deficient. As a result, the extent of back donation will decrease, which will increase the carbonyl stretching frequency. Let us see the examples. As we move from top to the bottom, there is an increase in negative charge density. That enhances the extent of back donation moving from top to bottom, which reduces the frequency. So the top complex is having the highest vibrational frequency, whereas the bottom complex is having the lowest vibrational frequency. Now come to the nature of co-ligand. Now, presence of poor pi acceptor co-ligand turns to carbonyl makes the metal ion more electron rich. Now, if that co-ligand is a good sigma donor, then the metal ion will become even more electron rich. So, the extent of pi acceptance will increase and carbonyl stretching frequency will decrease. Whereas, presence of good pi acceptor co-ligand makes the metal more electron deficient. That reduces the extent of pi acceptance and carbonyl stretching frequency increases. This phenomena is used as a diagnostic tool to determine pi acceptance capabilities of different ligands. If the co-ligand is a poor pi acceptor, that will result lower carbonyl stretching frequency, whereas if the ligand is a strong pi acceptor, then the carbonyl stretching frequency will increase. Let us see this thing in terms of orbital overlap. Now, strong pi acceptor co-ligands competes with carbonyl for the same d orbital electron density. So, metal carbonyl overlap becomes weaker. Whereas, weak pi acceptor co-ligands cannot overlap metal orbitals very effectively. That allows metal to overlap with carbonyl much stronger manner. So you can see this picture. In this top one, this ligand is a strong pi acceptor. So it undergoes very strong overlap with the metal and withdraws most of the electron density towards it. As a result, metal carbonyl overlap becomes weaker. Whereas, if we look at the bottom, here this ligand is a weak pi acceptor. As a result, it does a very weak overlap with the metal. That allows the metal to overlap more strongly with the carbonyl ligands. Now we see the example. As you move from top to bottom, there is a steady decrease in the pi acceptance capability. This one is the strongest pi acceptor, whereas this one is a poor pi acceptor or a good sigma donor. So, moving from top to bottom, this molybdenum center becomes more electron rich. That causes more pi acceptance moving from top to bottom and reduces the carbonyl stretching frequency. Finally, thank you very much for your kind attention.